Bitcoin printing a bullish bias spinning top candlestick on the weekly close last night? Is there truly any hope left for Bitcoin and the Moon Boys? Or will the Dirty Bears deliver one final clapping of the cheeks to the baby bulls? I'm your host, running out of interest, and boy, oh boy, is there a lot going on in these markets today, and specifically we're going to be taking a look at what happened with Bitcoin's weekly close last night, and how it has very rarely happened, and what has happened every time after it has previously happened. So you guys are new shit. Absolutely time sense alerts as well. We have 4 days left. All you have to do is leave a comment below to enter for a ledger equivalent BTC. Congrats to the winner that contacted me actually a little bit later than usual. It took like 2 days. But as well, it is for subscribers. And also, guys, make sure, watch out for the scammers. For some reason, I have way too many impersonators for the size of my social media. Meaning my channel is not super small, but I don't know why I have so many impersonators for my size, because I don't have that big of a channel. So my only real Twitter and Instagram are below. Everything else are fake scam accounts. Do not send your crypto. And without any further ado, let's dump on it. Big. So the weekly close that we just got, which has quickly turned into a mega dump-episode down back to the 50-week. But this candle right here that we just got a close of, this brand new one here has basically the entire week left. So this has a long time before this one is going to be over. But yeah, what we see here is clearly a potential spinning top or a spinning top candle. So again, you can see the differences between these two right here. Typically with spinning tops, there's a little bit more price action in that candle there, and then the wicks are absolutely very big. So what does it tell us, a spinning top? They're usually a sign of indecision in the asset. The longer upper and lower shadows indicate there wasn't a meaningful change in price between the open and close, meaning the bulls spiked it up and the bears brought it down, but in the end, it kind of just closed where it opened there, and it can signal more sideways movement, especially if it occurs within an established range, but also a price reversal if it occurs following a price advance or decline. Now, sometimes they may signal a significant trend change. A spinning top that occurs at the top of an uptrend could be a sign the bulls are losing control, and the opposite, if one occurs at the bottom of a downtrend, meaning, you know, it opens and then closes a little bit higher, actually, also meaning a green candle at the bottom of a downtrend, that could signal the bears are losing control and the bulls can take the reins. And again, that's pretty good. So again, this candle, in my opinion, doesn't really mean too much right now because it's so new. You could argue that, again, a lot of people were fearful here, but then look what happened to this candle. It bounced back up. Same thing here. It had a lot of downside, So again, this candle, in my opinion, doesn't mean much because it just started. We have over 6 days until this candle becomes a closed weekly candle. So again, this doesn't mean anything in my opinion yet. Still way too early. But anyway, what it does is help clarify what the spinning top says here is a confirmation. So you need to wait for that confirmation. So what that basically means is whatever happens over the next couple of days with this candle. And so when have we gotten these before, right? Usually before big moves to the downside and upside, you see them pop up every once in a while. For example, we saw it here, and then ultimately that was kind of the beginning of a multi-week downtrend, and then it went back up. Also here, we had a few weeks pulling back, and then we had pretty much kind of a spinning top right here, and that was the end of the pullback, and then it started going back up. So yeah, you can kind of just look for those anywhere on the charts. Again, it's not like, I mean, nothing with TA is guaranteed. Just because we have a green spinning top here on the weekly doesn't mean we're guaranteed to go up here, but it is something you look for to try and gauge if we're actually at the bottom. And again, also looking on the daily chart for this, again, like I said back here, this screams to me that this was the bottom here on December 5th. This volume is the highest that it was in months since the bottom back in the summer. And you see this massive wick. I mean, that's exactly what you look for. Again, this to me feels like we're just doing the same thing that we did back in the summer. But remember what happened in the summer. This wasn't fun. I think it's a smaller version even potentially of this. So even though this was the bottom, and you know, you could argue that some exchanges, yeah, we did go a little below. Basically, I mean, this entire range here right at about 30K was the bottom. But just because this was the bottom, it still took a while before we started going back up. Okay, just because something's the bottom doesn't mean that bottom is in. It's only moonshot from here. No, usually, unfortunately, there's a lot of sideways. And are we looking at a smaller version of that here as well? I would say yes, as long as we hold this 50-day, this 50-week, 50-day, and do not create a lower low. But yeah, with the DXY, we actually see consolidation here as well. So Got to keep watching that. It hasn't set a new high in about 3 weeks here. And top alts really not doing too much. Waiting kind of for Bitcoin's cue. But again, Bitcoin did have a little bit of a dumpy this morning. However, again, it's still way too early for this to mean anything. It's a brand new week. If we had maybe 2 days left of the week, that would be a different story. But this is literally the day after we got a new weekly open. So a lot of time left. What I want to see, again, as I've been saying, similar consolidation here, whether it's a shorter pullback like this right here or a longer one here. Ultimately, holding this 50-week is really the only thing I think that matters. So you get a new channel, make sure to miss these absolute 10 cents of alerts. As well, if you're interested in any bonuses, make sure to check out the links below. Make sure to leave your comment to enter. And as well, my only real Twitter and Instagram are below. All of the other accounts, all of the other emails, whatever it is, I'm not going to reach out to you unless you win the Ledger equivalent in BTC, which happens once a week. And I will not be asking for you to send me anything. And without any further ado, that's for me.